What's going on, fam? Hope everybody's doing well out there. So we have a premium Kizer here for you. This is one that's been out for a little while. It's not, it's not anything new, but it's one that definitely does deserve some time here. So we're looking at the Kizer Huldra. This is a Mason Hayes design, S35, full titanium handles, frame lock, whole nine. We'll set this guy off to the side and take a look at the knife. You guys know what comes with the Kizer box, so we're not going to go through all that. But we are going to take a look at this blade. So go ahead and doing a deep dive here. So you have a black washed titanium body. You've got some micro milling there. Gives it just a little bit of texture on those reliefs. And then, of course, a black washed blade as well. You got a very deep carry pocket clip. It is a titanium pocket clip. Of course, frame lock. You have T8 hardware all the way around. You do have some milling lines there on the titanium, on the frame. Front and back flipper, very, kind of Vero-esque, if I would say, especially with the design language here. Not quite the same, but it definitely does, harken to some Vero. You do have a full-length fuller here. I guess you'd call it a fuller. And then a kind of a raindrop blade hole there. Again, S35 Kizer branding. Then you have the name of the Huldra and then the designer's logo there. Really nice kind of half height flat grind. Sachs, Warncliffe, whatever you want to call it. Of course, Kizer typical does a fantastic job with their edges. Looks very symmetrical. Tip looks great, very strong. Let's go ahead and take a look at our hardware here. Let's see. So we are rocking T8s. So really, really nice job on that one. Great job there. Go ahead and take a look at the one on the lock bar. We've got a little bit of wiggle on that lock bar one. And then on the pivot, it looks good. So the way this thing is done, it has the two body screws there. There are no screws on the show side, which is pretty nice. But it looks like it's just a sandwiched clip there. I'm sure there's something, a pin or something coming in from the other side holding it. And then you just have all your hardware and everything's on this side. So let's go ahead and back on up on this thing. Yeah, like I said, it's a very interesting design. It's not really my cup of tea here as far as the blade. Well, it's kind of weird. I really like the blade shape, but I don't like the way the fuller and stuff is done on it. I can definitely respect the design work. It's just not really my cup of tea. The ratios seem a little off on it, and then, like I said, the clip definitely throws me off. But that being said, it is an extremely functional clip. Works very well. Action is really good on this thing. A very functional blade shape. I'm just not set on the design here for the blade. I love the blade shape itself, but that fuller design just kind of throws me off a little bit. Amazing action, just typical Kizer with their execution. Ergonomics in the hand, the thing actually feels really nice. Jimping is not really functional. It's kind of one of those things where I'd rather not even have it, to be honest with you. But that being said, it is on your front flipper there, which not being functional at all does kind of take away from that a little bit. The jimping on the back flipper is a little more functional, but again, not extremely functional, but it does indeed work. The back flipper works really well. Front flipper is pretty good. If you're used to front flippers, it's definitely not one where you want to be front flipping it without being used to front flippers. This one really lends itself to the reverse flick though. You can, of course, slow roll it. Where I think this really shines is simply the ergonomics of the knife. It does feel really good in the hand. No real hot spots. Holding it lefty, even though it's not lefty friendly or any lanyard love in here at all either. For folks like me who just use my left hand for the actual cutting but carry on the right, it is very comfortable in the left hand. Like I said, ergonomically, it's very sound. This is one of those kind of, no nonsense, designs, but that looks a little wild. So it's extremely utilitarian oriented. This is a knife that is meant to put in some work, if I'm honest, and I think that's where the design language comes from. The handle, the ratios, all that stuff is all designed around being able to get a ton of power behind your cuts, being able to get a lot of power on that tip. You have a lot of leverage here. You can get a full hand grip on a shorter blade, which gives you a ton of control and a ton of power behind your cuts. So I do get all of that. That's why I think this is a fantastic knife. But I just, as far as the aesthetics part of it, it doesn't really do much for me. That being said, again, this is a fantastically well done knife, ergonomically and use-wise. But again, if it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. So, yeah, there's really not a whole lot else to really talk about on this thing. We will go ahead and, because it is a new blade, go ahead and, of course, golly, Kizer always killing it on the blade sharpness. Looks like we might have a little bit of edge right there. Like might be a little spot right there. No, it was just me. So Kizer is always killing it with their sharpness. So a little bit of spec stuff on this guy as I stab it through my mouse pad. So you're looking at a 3.1 inch blade, 7.8 inches overall, right at 7.8 inches overall. These things are going right around $150 right now. Let me get you all a weight on this thing. Let me get my notes out of the way here. Like I said, you can get these right now on Kizer for $150, and you're looking at right at a 4-ounce knife. My scale may be plus or minus a little bit there, but again, for a 3-inch all titanium blade, not really too shabby. Yeah, what do you guys think about this one? I know this is a knife that's gotten a lot of love and a lot of hate. So it's kind of, like I said, I'm in the middle on it. I really like the knife itself. I think if a lot of people actually got it in hand, they would kind of feel the same way that I feel on it, that it's a fantastic user knife. If nothing else, it's a really nice, just a really nice beater knife. And that $150 price point to get that titanium in S35 is not a bad entry-level price there. So anyway, let me know what you think. If it's something you like, hate, whatever, let's talk it out down below. As always, I appreciate y'all for everything. Just remember to be kind, be humble, and be EDC. Take care.